Avoidants don't just fear relationships. No, they usually have a completely distorted idea of what a healthy relationship is supposed to look and feel like. And this belief often quietly ruins connection before it even has a chance to get started. And in today's video, I'm going to break down for you the secret truth behind what every avoidant attachment style tends to think or believe a relationship should look like, and what parts of this are actually healthy, and which parts of these are actually rooted in distortion. And some of these might surprise you even more than you think. This video is pulled from hundreds, if not thousands, of conversations I've had with dismissive avoidants over the years, asking them, like, what would you like to see? What's your perfect relationship? What do you want? And these are the pretty congruent answers I hear. The first one, when you give a dismissive avoidant a sheet with needs on it from a relationship, I rarely, I can't think of one time ever, I'm sure there must be something, but none that come to mind. I rarely see a dismissive avoidant who doesn't circle harmony as one of their top needs in a relationship, like being able to get along, things flow easily, and so this is a really important need for a DA in a relationship. Lightness, often, though this will change a little bit by the time the dismissive avoidant gets to the stability phase of the relationship. If they do, they usually have been doing some kind of work on themselves. It may not be like individually or doing courses. It could just be through the relationship and the responses they're getting and trying to update their forms of communicating and things like this. So that tends to be important. Consistency is very important. Safety, predictability, all of these things, very important to dismissive avoidance, especially once they've really committed in a relationship. They want to feel like people are secure, that they're good on their own. They want to feel like their partner is independent. And sometimes they want their partner to be too independent while they're too independent. And sometimes a healthier expectation is for interdependence, where we can give and meet each other's needs and show up for each other's feelings and support one another emotionally. But it doesn't always have to be on one another to do that for each other either. A lot of more high level needs that are important is they often look for laughter, humor, banter, fun, things like this. And they really want people to know and understand their need for time apart. And they often feel like, oh, I don't want that to be questioned. I want that to be honored. And again, healthy conversations can create some of this, right? It is important to have time alone and time apart as people, spend some evenings by yourself from time to time and do your own thing in a relationship. That's very healthy and very important. But when that's all the time, or when that's, 6 days a week, and you're living together, then we can get into dynamics that may not be healthy, especially if there's children involved, a family, these sorts of things. So it's important to have a conversation where both parties compromise and come to a conclusion of what works for both individuals. DAs want their privacy respected. They want encouragement and validation, not in a narcissistic way, not in a way that's too much. Usually if it goes over the line, if you give too many compliments, they often retract and freeze and feel like this is too much. It feels inauthentic. I can't sort of take this. It's very far outside of their subconscious comfort zone, basically. But a little bit of words of affirmation here and there tends to be really important. The love languages of dismissive avoidance tend to be acts of service, gifts, but a lot more specifically for female dismissive avoidance as a general pattern, and words of affirmation like we're mentioning. DAs often feel like we should each meet our own needs and not rely on each other to meet our needs, which is so interesting because as you see dismissive avoidance become more secure and sort of open up, they tend to feel funny about getting their needs met from others, but they tend to really like it. They tend to be like, oh, wow, I can ask that. I can say that. And it's sort of a nice process to watch. So that is something, as they're doing the work and as they feel more safe being vulnerable, things like that can come out. I want to let you know we have for free as a gift our Discover, Embrace, and Fulfill Your Relationship Needs course. It's all about learning your relationship needs to self and your own personal relationship needs. It's one of these 6 major pillars to actually healing and rewiring your attachment style. And it helps you learn people's needs in your life, even if they're not taking the course with you. It helps you understand the patterns and themes that people show that then translates into what needs they generally have, both in relationships, in friendships, family relationships. It really dives deep into understanding the language of needs because it's actually more important to understand people's needs and how we exchange them when it comes to essentially the languages of love than your typical love languages that you'll see. Needs hit way deeper. So if you want to learn all about that, you get to actually keep that course for free for life. It's a gift that comes along with your 7-day free trial if you want to check out the Personal Development School for free for 7 days. I'll put that below. We just have this for a limited time, so I hope you check it out. They definitely want a drama-free zone. They do not do very well with drama, chaos, conflict. They've got usually big fears around that. And a lot of DAs have said to me historically, I want the room to miss somebody, AKA they find a little bit of a disconnect attractive or exciting. The absence makes the heart grow fonder sort of thing. But again, these aren't necessarily like, I think that's nice to a certain degree in a relationship with two secure people, to have your independence and your own hobbies and your own things that you do from time to time. Very important. But when it's like room where it feels like a disconnect or too much space in a relationship, usually one party feels like their needs are not being met by the other party, and then starts to doubt or question the relationship sometimes, even securely attached individuals. So this is the perfect relationship according to the subconscious expectations of the DA. Not necessarily all of these things are really healthy, but a lot of you guys asked for this and wanting to sort of know the landscape of this person's subconscious mind. So there you have it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're getting a lot of value out of this channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.